The boy's name was Terrence Wells, 14, ninth grade, quiet, polite, and invisible to almost everyone. Every morning, before the sun rose, he'd lace up his frayed sneakers and step out into the cold. A cracked backpack over one shoulder, a spiral notebook clutched in one hand. And then he walked. 3 miles down Highway 14, crossed under the overpass, cut through the field behind the Shell station, then another 3 miles to Jefferson High. No bus, no ride, just legs, willpower, and the promise he made to his grandmother. "I won't miss a day, Nana. Not one." She used to drive him, before the cancer, before the car got repossessed, before everything fell apart. Now it was just the two of them in a small one-bedroom rental with a leaking roof and an old radio for noise. Terrence never complained, even when it rained, even when his math homework got soaked, even when kids at school laughed at the mud on his jeans, because in his mind, quitting was never an option. Then one morning, a cop car slowed beside him, lights off, windows down. Terrence froze. He hadn't done anything. But fear came naturally. It was inherited, passed down like Sunday shoes and distrust. The officer leaned out the window. "You Terrence?" Terrence nodded, heart thudding. "You walk this road every morning?" "Yes, sir." The officer stared for a second, then popped the trunk. "Get in." Terrence blinked. "Sir?" "You're not in trouble," the officer said, "but it's 34 degrees, and your socks are soaked. Let's go." That was how it started. Officer Dave Morales. 12 years on the force. No kids of his own. Divorced. Quiet. He drove Terrence to school in silence. No small talk. No lectures. Just soft jazz on the radio and the occasional nod. The next day, he came again. And the next. By the 4th day, he had hot cocoa in the cup holder. By the 6th, he'd bought a backpack. New, black, waterproof. Didn't say it was a gift. Just left it in the back seat. Terrence didn't ask questions, but he started to smile. Then Morales did something else. He posted a photo. Just one. On Facebook. No tags. No name. Just the back of Terrence. Still walking along the highway. "I pass this kid every morning. Doesn't beg. Doesn't skip. Just walks, rain or shine. Not on my watch anymore." He thought a few friends might see it. Maybe some other cops. He didn't expect what came next. By nightfall, the post had 20,000 shares. By the next morning, local news showed up at the school. They tried to interview Terrence. He said no, just looked at the camera and said, "I just want to go to class." But the town saw it. So did the country. And suddenly, Terrence wasn't invisible anymore. The next Monday, Terrence opened the door to find a line of cars parked outside. Neighbors. Strangers. A school bus. Even a news van. And in the middle of it, Officer Morales. He stepped forward, holding a small envelope. Terrence froze. Morales handed it to him. "Open it." Inside, a printed email. A scholarship offer. Full tuition. 4 years. Any state college. Turns out the Facebook post had reached a former graduate of Jefferson High, now a tech CEO in Seattle. He saw himself in Terrence. Same school, same roads, same cracked backpack. He didn't just offer the scholarship. He sent a brand new SUV and a note. "This gets you to class for now. But your feet, they already got you halfway to greatness." Terence stood there, shaking. He didn't cry, not yet, but his grandma did. Wrapped in a robe, hair tucked in a scarf, she stepped outside and whispered, "I told you, God don't ignore hard work." In the days that followed, more came. A barber gave him free cuts. A cafe offered lunch for the rest of the year. A mechanic fixed his grandma's roof. A teacher bought him a laptop. But the best gift came from Morales. No cameras, no crowd. Just 2 chairs, 1 chessboard. "I don't have a son," Morales said. "But I figure we could make this a weekly thing?" Terence smiled. "You sure you're ready to lose every Saturday?" Morales laughed. "I guess we'll see." The story went national. CNN, NPR, ESPN, they all ran it. Not because it was flashy, but because it reminded people that sometimes the best kind of hero is just a kid with worn shoes and too much heart. Terence graduated 2 years later, valedictorian. He didn't mention the scholarship, or the SUV, or the news cruise. He only said this: "I used to walk 6 miles to school, not because I had to, but because I believed where I was going mattered more than where I started. I still believe that." Officer Morales sat in the back row, didn't clap louder than anyone else, but when it was over, he stood and whispered, "Told you, one day you'd be driving." Thank you for watching. If you want to get more that kind of stories, press like and check out our channel.